Huh? We're rolling. All right. Good? All right. My name's Cash Reddick, and this is my 2016 Dyna Lowrider S Grandpa Tucker Convertible Edition. Typical story, started riding bikes when I was about 7 years old. Got into street bikes when I was 16. Had a DRZ 400 SM, really loved it, rode it for a couple years, but eventually I knew it wanted something bigger, something badder, definitely wanted a Harley. So I got into Harleys at like the worst possible time. Here I am in 2019 trying to find a cheap used Dyna, and everyone's hanging onto their Dyna like they're fucking gold medallions because everyone was all salty about the Softails. I really wanted the FXDLS. The only one I found was 200 miles away at a dealership. They were asking $23,000 for it, basically bone stock with miles. And at that point I was basically like, yeah, fuck it. I ended up going with a 2020 Softail lowrider with the M8. Bought it in the dead of winter, took it home. Something about the bike just felt off to me. It had weird ergonomics. The engine, which wasn't really my thing, and just I didn't like the bike overall. So over the next year, I spent a lot of time, a ton of money trying to make it what I wanted. I changed bars, seat, suspension, SNS 475 cams, pipe. I did a T-Sport fairing, didn't like it. Went to an FXRT fairing, didn't like it. FXRP bags, went to LeatherPros. And the bike just wasn't really my thing. I just never really liked the bike. I was really trying to scratch that Harley nostalgia itch, and I eventually bought this clapped out FXR with 100,000 miles on it. It was a 93 FXR convertible, had it for 6 months, rode it 4 times, and 3 out of 4 times it catastrophically broke down on me. Last time I was riding it, I was taking a girl out. We went around the block, got about a half mile from where we were parked at, and the fucking belt snapped on me. And as I was pushing this thing home, I was like, fuck this bike. Like, I fucking can't do this shit anymore. Took it home, put it on the parts trader, sold it to some dude in California, shipped it out. I went to the dealership the next day with my Softail and traded in on this Dyna Lowrider S, and I haven't been happy ever since, man. Thing's fucking sweet. So when I got it, it was basically bone stock. The dude did 9-inch Forbidden Moto risers on it with the Fly Moto bar, and he did a Bassani Road Rage and had a Saddleman, and it was basically everything else was stock, untouched. What I really liked about the FXR I had was it had this big ass dorky fucking windshield, and I was riding on this thing and I'm like, dude, this windshield is like tits, man. The FXRT fairing I had on the lowrider was big and it creaked and popped, and it just made the bike feel awkward as hell, and it was expensive obviously, and I was just like, dude, I can't believe how good of a job this fucking windshield's doing. And that was pretty much the inspiration for this bike here. I really just love the early Dyna and FXR convertibles with the windshield and the bags and all the old school touches, and that's really what I wanted to go in the direction with this bike. So starting up front here, obviously I really loved the windshield on the FXR. I wanted to get something that was at least similar to it. So this is a National Cycles Switchblade windshield. It's the same dimensions as the FXR windshield, 19 inches above the headlight, 21 inches wide. These are plexiglass, made in America, quick detach. It doesn't squeak or pop or rattle or anything. It's fucking super, super dope. The best wind protection setup I've ever had on a bike. Now when I first installed it, I was getting a shit ton of buffeting, so I actually had to put on these dorky ass fork lowers. These are National Cycles too. They actually just clip right onto the quick detach hardware. I had them powder coated black just to kind of blend in and hide my shame a little bit. But with this windshield and these lowers, you can go down the road at 80 miles an hour with a front facing hat on. I've never done that, don't quote me. Mom, if you're watching this, I've never done it. I just bet you could. It's a fucking dope ass setup, man. This is fucking legit. And I don't care if it looks bad. I know it looks stupid, but fuck it, dude. It's the legit, man. I'd rather be riding than getting the shit beat out of me by wind. Sorry. Thanks. Everyone's always asking about handlebars. Handlebars is such a big deal on Harleys. I knew I wanted some classic convertible Harley touches. I knew I definitely wanted a top mounted headlight with the bucket, and I really like a nice low bend bar with a nice like pullback. So this is actually a modular riser setup from a 2014 Dyna lowrider. I got it off eBay for 20 bucks. It was chrome. I had a powder coated black to match the triple trees, and people were sleeping on this setup, man. 20 bucks, and has the best pullback out of any bar I've ever had. The risers are actually offset from the riser holes a couple inches. It just gives you a really nice riding position. You can actually adjust these too, move them back and forward if you want. I kind of leave them like dead smack in the middle. And I've also paired that up with the Thrashin mid-bend bar. It's the best. Fit and finish is top notch. The chrome is bitchin', and they got a nice sweep on them. Also paired these up with some JD Customs Coffin cut handguards. These are actually stainless steel and they're powder coated. Also, I was so fucking excited. This is the stupidest shit in the world. I found square mirrors for this bike. I had no idea they still made these things, and I bought them, fucking black, match the shit. They're drag specialties, by the way, if you're wondering. Sick as hell. I love square mirrors. Fuck yeah, dude. Avon Grips, the best grips I've ever had on Harleys, and I've tried every grip. I've done ODI Heartlux, Vans Cult. I've done Biltwell thrusters, Biltwell Kung Fu's. Everything just feels too big in my hands. I have these like little baby girl hands, and these are they're cited as slimmer than stock, and they actually feel amazing in the hand. And they're lock on, so you just put them on, lock them into your clamshell, and you're good to go. You don't gotta spray them with fucking Pantene hair conditioner, shove them on, heat them with a blowtorch, and wrap wire around them so they don't fall off. They're actually super nice. So if you're looking for good grips for your Harley, if you're a little baby girl like me, little baby girl hands, Avon Grips. So the previous owner also did some sick as hell yeah brother mods. He did flush mount gas caps. I hated them because I got caught in the rain so much last summer, and trying to open up a gas cap with gloves on or even your hands when it's raining is fucking impossible. I got an NOS fuel cap and an NOS fuel gauge. So as I mentioned before, the previous owner did do a Bassani Road Rage 3. I like Bassani pipes. They're really nicely made. Everyone runs them on their bike. I got nothing against them. For me, it was extremely loud, especially with the windshield. It was just like blowing your eardrums out when you're riding. And both the headers went underneath the foot peg. I left the dealership on this brand new to me bike that I just bought, took a right turn, scraped the shit out of this like gorgeous pipe. And I was pretty pissed off. And I ended up going with this Rhinehart 2-in-1 pipe, and it's a really sick ass underrated pipe. Not a lot of dudes are running these either. It's super mellow. When you start it up, it almost just reminds me of my old Evo. It's just real like mellow, really just like subtle, but when you get on it, it sounds awesome. Also, a couple little convertible touches. I had to go with the highway pegs. That's just a must on convertibles. I also did some chrome touches here and there. Obviously, I did the chrome handlebars. I did the chrome headlight ring. And then I switched the foot peg mounts to regular Dyna Lowrider foot peg mounts too. Just to give it just like some more pops of chrome here and there, because trust me, I like black, but chrome gets you dome. So coming back here, everyone's always asking about seats too. What seat's best for me? So this came with the Saddlemen Speed Merchant. Saddlemans are dope. People rip sweet ass wheelies on them and do all that cool shit. But if you're like me and you have 2 elbows for ass cheeks, they are extremely uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I tried to like them. I got this bike the first weekend I had it. I did a 6-hour round trip ride. The seat was absolutely killer. I knew I wanted something pillow top, something convertible style. I ended up going with this Mustang Regal Duke. And this is actually a straight up step up seat with pillow top, and it's fucking awesome. This is the best seat I've ever had on any Harley. I cannot believe more people aren't running these things. I mean, they're not just for wide glides, dude. These things are bitchin'. And my girl really likes it too. She said it's got plenty of cushion, and it goes with the lines of the bike really well, and nobody's running them. It's just a nice seat. Just expand your branches, just go with the flow, man. I really like the look of a nice hard mounted sissy bar. So these are drag specialties, aka Chromeworks side plates. This is a OEM Harley Davidson backrest I got off the parts trader for 50 bucks. It came with a pillow top backrest pad, coincidentally. So that was kind of dope. It kind of all goes together pretty well, actually. I really like the back end of the bike. The seat is my favorite part of this bike. It's just so dope. I love the way it looks, man. Obviously, every good convertible has to have quick detach bags. LeatherPros, get at me. I mean, they're the best bags ever. I ran FXRP bags on my Softail. They pack like shit, and I had a girl get on the back of my bike. She put her hand on the saddlebag and put her leg over, cracked the fucking saddlebag right down the middle. Fuck yeah. So I went with LeatherPros, haven't looked back since. You can pack whatever you want in them, take them off, wash the bike. Great bags, absolutely. Obviously this bike was pretty much stock. It had the chopped fender on it. I actually ordered a full fender from Harley, so it's a Dyna Lowrider fender, real legit. Paired it up with the Speed Kings 2-in-1, or however they call it, 3-in-1, 2-in-1, whatever. The Taillight, it's probably my favorite taillight out of the bunch. I ran the Moons MC on my FXR, and this is definitely looks a little bit better, and it actually seals nice too. I haven't gotten any water in it when I was washing the bike or anything, so that's super dope. Custom Dynamics Laydown plates, and yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, people are always asking about these Taylor spark plug wires too. Those are just red silicone wires I got in there. But yeah, man, it's a dope bike. I'm not a wheelie guy, I don't do burnouts. I just like to get on my bike and just ride. And this is a fucking sweet setup, man. I've had so much fun with this bike. Next up in the roster, think about a Road Glide eventually, but I really like this bike, and it'd be hard to ever part with it. I might have to pay this one off first, then get the Road Glide, but we'll see. I need to focus on moving somewhere warmer first. This cold weather makes you a miserable bitch.